Hey everybody, welcome to Pure Snowrunner. Welcome back if you're a repeat offender. I have some work to do today. I was touching base on it on the last one, lightly touched base. Um, what we're gonna have to do, or I'm gonna have to do, is build some trucks. So bear with me. This could take a minute. I have to go to the garage, truck store. I'm gonna go all the way down to the one I like, which is the Voron D 53233. So that's 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. I think that's 6. Truck storage. We'll start with 1. We need 3 saddle high or saddle low and 3 flatbed crane. So we're going to do all the saddle high or saddle lows first. Customize. I don't do the gearbox or do the thing. I just do this. I should sell all this stuff because I need. I'm trying to do this quickly. So y'all don't have to. Suspension is always raised. Tires always that last tires. You're gonna see why here shortly. Why I'm building these. And because I'm going to be using these trucks later on throughout the whole game, not just this map. This is why I'm building it this way for now, because why not? If you're going to have to use it anyway eventually, might as well make it to where you're actually frame add-on. We're going to go saddle low, crane, utility rack 2. Now we switch to this. We get the lighted beacons. We don't worry about rooftop. We want heavy duty pipe, which you could just do make 6 of these. Off-road headlights. Exhaust. Rim stay, and it's always orange. Leave. Now, what I'm going to do is make. Now make sure that when you do this, that you pay attention, because that one and that one look similar, right? But one is water and one's fuel. You definitely want the fuel, not water. Water later on in the game, not this map, but in the game. If you know, you know. But anyway, so this is the first one. The only reason I'm doing this is just so I have it out of the way. I will have to get a thumbnail eventually. I should just do it now. If I'd had a big area, like a big... I want it so that it's big enough to... Let's get a little further. I want it so that it's... what do you call it? I get more of the picture in. That's good enough. I gotta be able to get the logo in the corner, but I can squeeze it in here. Find my snipping tool. All right. Building fleet. I was gonna call it building fleet. Got an alert. All right. Again, we only have to do 6, so we only have 5 more to do. Sorry for the inconvenience. This will be the episode. So what we need is a fuel tanker. It's a fuel supply, essentially, for this area up here. Well, this is one of the areas. There's 3 areas we got to build for, so this is going to take a little bit. We don't need, all we need is a truck. Alright, so we need some place to put this. I generally like to just pull it up over here. Get it out of the way. Now we go back to the warehouse. Garage, sorry. Truck storage, number 2. Let's do the flatbed crane. Balanced. Off-road. Raised. Tigers, of course. He'll stand by. Hours later, we'll get to it. I never worry about the so this one would be flatbed, crane, utility rack 2. Oops. Beacons, no rooftop, heavy duty pipe. Off-road lights, exhaust, side exit, color orange. All right, now we move this. I'm going to show you why when I get down here or over there. Why I'm doing this. And I got to do it for each location. I had touched base a little bit on the last episode about changing jobs or whatever. I'm talking about Amazon or working for a DSP or whatever. Okay, so yeah, we'll get to that in a second. So this has to be in the generator area. This has to be in here. It has to be attached to a truck. The fuel tanker has to be attached to a fuel tanker in order to craft things. Turn on the generator. You have to be able to drive into with another vehicle. So if I detach, now I got an open warehouse, right? So now I can build, any of this stuff. But it's fuel required. So if you want to make beams, one beam is 150 fuel. Cement is 100, so on and so forth. Everything you need is here. But you need fuel, which is why there is fuel available in this already. Right? Attach. But let's turn off generator for now. We're not going to be doing anything right now. But having the semi-tanker there is just more fuel for more supplies. Yes, we have 2, 4, so that's Customize. Oops, customize. Gearbox off-road. But yeah, I had touched base on the Amazon thing. The new job is not Amazon. It's for a local place. My commute to when I worked for the DSP was 40 minutes. 40 to 45 minutes, depending upon weather and traffic and all that stuff. But, so that's 45 minutes to 45 minutes home. It's an hour and a half out of your day that you lose. How many of these tires do I have to say? 10. Each one is $4,200. So I just gained $42,000 on tires. It don't seem like much, but it is. Frame add-ons. We're going saddle high or saddle low. Crane. Utility rack 2. Front side. So anyway, you lose an hour and a half out of your day. Plus I was working 13 hours, 12 to 13 hours. With my deliveries that they supposedly were going to be able to get done in 8 hours. There were days where I was on standby. In other words, I'm filling in for somebody who A, doesn't show up, B, is on vacation, that kind of thing. I want the hood lights. There we go. Exhaust, side exit. Rims I don't change, in case you're wondering. Alright, so that's this one. So yes, I worked when somebody was on vacation, I filled in for them. Or if they called in sick, which was a normal daily occurrence. So, mind you, I start, and when you start, they put you on what they call a nursery route. Like, in the very beginning, you're on nursery level 1, which is supposed to be not a lot of packages, to break you in, right? To ease you into the role of a driver. It's like, we're not going to give them 300 packages today. But my nursery routes were not nursery routes, not in my opinion. The only day that I had less than 200 packages was on the very, very first day when I was with the other driver. Even then it was like 185 or something like that. And it was like 120 stops. But that was my very first day. Anything after that was between 280 and 300-ish packages. Oh,